We are here with Kristen Kish. We know and love her from Top Chef, also one of my favorite shows, Restaurants at the End of the World. But this time you're back on Top Chef, but you're hosting. That's so exciting. How are you? How you feel?
I feel great now knowing that the trailer is out, and I also feel very relieved for the participating chefs because I know what it's like to hold that secret of like I'm on the show. So the fact that they're out there, they can start spreading the word too, which is it's always an exciting moment for everybody.
Exactly. Okay. So, yeah, season 21 premieres Wednesday, March 20th on Bravo. And this season it's based in Wisconsin, and every episode is supersized. So, can you tell us what that means? And you were mentioning what it's like to come back as the host and like just give us the tea.
I mean, 75 minutes. I guess I don't know. I mean, there's always so much. We film one episode and it takes, I don't know, approximately 2 days between a quick fire and an
Okay.
elimination.
Mm,
And so there is plenty of story and fun stuff for the viewers to see. So I love the fact that it's getting 75 minutes. What is going to be jammed in that? No idea. I'm going to find out just right along with everybody else. Wisconsin, you're going to see all parts. Of course, you're going to get the stuff of like the dairy and the well, all the dairy, cheese. There's Wisconsin cherries. There's a lot of stuff happening, and some one of the I guess traditional things that they like to do are these like fish boils. So that kind of stuff is
Oh
happening.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I hated it when I was a contestant of like these big outdoor events, like where
Right.
the Top Chef festivals, we call them.
Yeah.
As a contestant, man, just like pumping out that food, but to be an attendee in this way and going and being able to
Hmm.
talk to the stations, I love it.
I bet you were
It's
loving it. You were like, let's do it. Yeah. It being based in Wisconsin is so interesting to me. I know that you're familiar with the Midwest. So what was it like to be in that kind of atmosphere? Did it like inspire you at all when you're working with the contestants? Like, how'd you feel?
I think for my first season, going somewhere that felt familiar was really nice. So, I naturally was nervous and anxious about, wanting to do a good job. There's,
Yeah.
big stilettos to fill from Padma's role.
Mhm.
And, I
Mhm.
was kind of like wrapping my brain around the whole thing. And so I think going to a place that felt like home in a lot of ways,
Right.
or
Right.
I'm used to what it feels like. I grew up going to the lake and doing all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
it felt nice, like a nice introduction for my first season.
Mhm. Nice. Yeah, that sounds beautiful. And I heard you say once that cooking is a form of love. And so I know on Top Chef, they challenge the contestants to create really exceptional food that has, like you say, a story and a background behind it. So can you tell us how you connect with the art of cooking and why it's important to stay true to yourself as a renowned chef, especially representing for the community? How do you do that?
It took a long time. For a long time, when you go into this industry, you work for other people, you cook other people's food, you become a really great robot in that way. And so when all of a sudden time comes where you're supposed to create your own food, I, for one, struggled with trying to figure out what my food was. And it really wasn't
Right.
until I was fully accepting of myself and like my personal life that I was able to kind of translate that into my professional life. And rather than cooking with my head, I cooked with my heart. I used, the knowledge and the skill set that I have, but I also then I pulled inspiration by way of my upbringing, my experiences, my travels, my point of view. And quite frankly, the only story I know how to tell through food is mine. And that's the only story that I need to be telling. And that I deeply encourage chefs to also do the same thing, is like dig deep a little bit, and that can come out in so many different ways.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, digging deeper when you're doing anything that you love is not always easy. So I completely
Right.
relate to that. And
Yeah.
okay, so we have to talk about Texas. I'm a former Austinite,
Ah,
okay? And I know
okay.
all about Arlo Gray. So here at GLAAD, we focus on LGBTQ rights, being challenged in states like Texas. And so how has the restaurant been? I'm so obsessed. I can't wait to go back. And how do you
It
feel
is.
like I feel like it's really become kind of like a safe space. I know it's a restaurant, but how do you feel about it becoming really a safe space for the community?
It was what I learned, especially looking at my team and like seeing the collection of people that don't necessarily look like the kitchens I worked in a good way.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
you know, I looked around I looked around my kitchen last time I was there, and I was like, there's not a single white dude
Yeah.
in the kitchen, and I was like, this looks different.
That's
Not
so
saying that,
right.
not saying that white dudes don't know how to cook and don't want like
Of course.
but at the end of the day, when you are you feel like you are the only one for a long time, to
Right.
then have a space that when you look around feels like it's a collection of a bunch of other yous,
Right.
is really, really nice. So front of the house, back of the house, I feel like, I don't know, my team hopefully would say the same thing, that it feels like a really safe, like queer haven for
Right.
people.
Yeah.
And I love that. We had a server, she's no longer with us. But she coined the term Arlo gay when she first started. And I was like, we can go with this. We like this. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, keep Austin weird. We
Yeah.
know.
Exactly.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, it's definitely very popular. My friends are all like obsessed. So I was
Oh,
very
yeah.
happy to be talking with you today. So back with Top Chef, how do you think this season promotes like diversity and inclusion with it?
I mean, if you look around, obviously there's a lot of different people. I personally am going to get to know as I watch their backstory, because when you're in the
Well,
position of the judges, we see their food and their personality through their food and what they show us in our little interaction. You as a viewer get to know their backstory, where they came from, how
yes.
they grew up, what inspired them, who their families are. And I
Hmm.
feel like being able to watch it after experiencing 50% of one side of them, I'm going to get to know more about them. So, just from like looking at the yearbook cast pictures and video
Yeah.
or and seeing them in front of me, it's
Hmm.
certainly an array of different kind of people. But I am also looking forward to hearing more about who they are.
Okay, so learning who they are. Were there any favorite moments or any like tea you can give us from this season?
Tea, I don't think so. I don't know. You guys are gonna have to wait for that one till March 20th. Um, I mean, here the beauty of Top Chef and why I feel like it's had this staying power is it focuses on cooking. There is
Mhm.
natural, of course, like a drama, I guess, or like personalities come out when you throw 15 people together. Like things happen.
Mhm.
But ultimately, at the end of the day, they're all there to cook. And
Right,
it's a skill-based show. And for me, those
right.
are the things that I like to watch. I don't, I don't need drama to lead. I need skill to lead. And then you let
Yeah.
that on. And I feel like that's why it's such a well-respected show in this industry. So T, I don't know. I don't know what they were doing when they got done cooking in front of us. So we're gonna find out together.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Honestly, you have such an interesting like upbringing too. It makes me think about how you interact with the contestants, with the other judges, like getting to know them. What is something that you would say, I guess, to yourself in the like when you at the beginning of your Top Chef journey, the very beginning, what is something you would say to yourself?
Oh gosh, just make it through one more day. Like, geez, don't vomit, in front of everybody.
Right.
Take nerves, get your, I was very nervous. I had to like psych myself out. But the beauty of the whole thing is really truly, and I mean this, whether there's like little tiffs between people or not, or whether people are become your best friends and your family afterwards or not, everyone there is really truly there to support this journey and this process, from the judges to the chefs to the chefs, the guest judges to the chefs. Like it all is working together to create, hopefully, um, something bigger and better and greater. So I know when I left Top Chef as a contestant,
Yeah.
I I felt more confident in a lot of things about me. I felt more
Hmm.
included in a lot of different spaces. And when, oh my God, Top Chef and me going on that show was this like door opening to different parts of me. Like the adoptee community, the Asian American community, the gay
Right.
community. Like all of a sudden you realize that you got a bunch of people out there like that have your
Yeah.
back. And that's, I mean,
Yeah.
it's such a really special feeling.
Oh gosh, that's so true. I know. You probably felt so empowered. Like, how did you feel receiving all of that love from all of those communities? Because that's so true.
It's I was learning a lot about myself in the process, you know,
Yeah.
to know what it means to be part of the queer community. Given obviously why, you know, what we're talking, where we are right now and what we're talking.
Yeah.
You know, the I was so scared to come out in a lot of ways, and I think a lot of people
Hmm.
have our own journey about how we come to that place of
Yeah.
realization, and to have this very public moment, and having kind of like this fan base that then embraced me into their community.
Yeah.
Was like it was a great welcome party. I felt whole. I felt very happy, and I felt really
Yeah.
grateful to have people supporting me in that way.
Ah, yes, Chef. I love it. I'm so excited for this next season. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me today. And everyone, don't forget, season 21 of Top Chef premieres Wednesday, March 20th on Bravo.